items because the first lot of items is going to close in about 5 minutes now. So I'd like to
My name is Moya Schatz. I'm the Executive Director of the Idaho Grape Growers and Wine Producers Commission.
Now, how much effort went into planning today?
A lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, a lot of lost sleep, but it's working out. The weather's holding, people are happy. It's looking like we have over 500 consumers here, which is amazing. There's over 40 wineries and we have 30 here, so that's great representation. 75% of an industry to be here, it's unheard of.
Yeah. So now, tell me a little bit about your history, your background.
So I was with the Washington Wine Commission for almost 4.5 years, and I did their events there. I was the event manager, and then last September I came over to the Idaho Wine Commission to lead this industry. And I was so sad to leave the Washington Wine Commission, but so excited at the same time to have this opportunity to lead a wine industry that has so much potential, and it's been growing so quickly.
And you started, when was your first day?
September 2nd.
And how many wineries were there then?
There was, gosh, how many was it? 32?
And how many now?
There's 41.
Oh, so you get credit for 9 more wineries?
Well, I don't know if I can take credit, but you know, if you say it's okay, I'll say it's okay.
Tell me about the influence that Steve Burns has had, both for you and, I mean, this seems to have his thumbprint on it.
Oh, definitely. Steve has been a huge influence in my life. He hired me as an intern at the Washington Wine Commission and just had so much faith in me. And, you know, was it a year and a half ago, he asked me, what are you going to do with your life? I just kind of looked at him like, what do you mean, what am I going to do with my life? I'm living it. And I got hired at the Idaho Wine Commission. The first thing I did was call Steve. Say, hey, you know, I want you to come out here, help me do this strategic plan. So he came out here, did a whole strategic plan for us, runs it through 2020, just helps us put us on the right track. Not that we couldn't have done it for ourselves, it's just so helpful to have his support and name behind it. And we're getting a lot of press because of it.
Now with Savor Idaho, what are you trying to accomplish with this?
We're trying to let people know that Idaho has a great food and wine industry, which is particularly wines. So many people have heard of St. Chappelle, the big names, but they haven't heard about these other wineries. That's the main point. We want to let them know, get out there, try the wine, buy local, eat local. You know, I'd like to say yes, it's getting a lot easier now. When I first started, I went to one restaurant in town, and they didn't have any Idaho wines on the list, and I asked them, I didn't tell them who I was. And they're like, well, because people don't ask. Well, I went back a month ago, and they had 3. So I think there's becoming a lot more consumers asking for the wine, which is what we need. Ask to see the wine list. Ask them why they have an Idaho wine or not, and thank them if they do.
Yeah, we've had some wine events in the past, but they've been pretty small and kind of not centralized like this. And this is the first event that really takes advantage of the growing restaurant scene here in Boise and the local food and wine scene. And we're excited that the wines are finally being paired with really great food and in a beautiful setting like the Botanical Garden. It's also near our little population center here, so it has everyone who's interested in this is able to make it out here. And we're excited to be part of that. Yeah, well, I brought all of our own varietals. Those are the ones that we're most proud of right now. The Viognier especially, and the Syrah and the Syrah Cabernet blend. Anything we're making with Syrah right now is becoming our top wine, so we brought that out. And of course a little bit of our Riesling ice wine, which is by popular demand.
Yeah. You've been in the industry for quite a while. This must be kind of a special day for you and some of the other long-timers, so to speak, in Idaho.
Sure, absolutely. It's a great event, and it's fun to have everybody here. It's some of the smaller wineries that are just starting up. It's going to be fun to taste some of their wines, which I haven't, and this is the first time that we've really gotten a group this size together ever. So it's exciting. It's fun to see. Great participation. I think weather might hold, might not, but my experience is it doesn't matter about the weather. People keep drinking wine and having a good time. So.
I actually think this is one of the nicer events I've ever been to. The setting is wonderful. It's outdoors. It's been, as far as a winery perspective, we've been so well taken care of. It's organized. It's professional. The crowd is delightful.
What's Moya Schatz? What's it meant for Idaho for her to be here?
Oh, totally everything. I'm so excited that Moya's here. She's just done amazing things already, and I think she is taking it to a new level. I'm really impressed with this event.
Well, it is. It's the first time that we've all got together and had something for Idaho wines. And looks like it's going to be marvelous.
But how much of the credit does Moya get for getting all these people together?
Oh, about 98%. No, she's done a marvelous job since she's come down and become our executive director. She brought all that experience from Washington down here, and I think she's really turning the industry around.
Well, you drove here. Kimber Gates didn't, so you made a pretty long trip to get here.
Yes, we did.
What's the drive from Lewiston to Boise? I don't know.
It's about 5 hours, 5.5.
All right. Obviously, you felt this event was worth it to be here. Why is that?
It was being billed as Idaho's premier wine and food event, and we're a premier winery in Idaho, so we wanted to be a part of it.
Okay. So now, what did you bring?
We brought with us the Lochsa, which is a white blend named after the Lochsa River. It's Chardonnay, Viognier, and Riesling. We also brought our Renaissance Red. Both of these two wines, the grapes are grown in the Lewis and Clark Valley.
Right.
The Renaissance Red is 5 different varietals: Cab Franc, Merlot, Syrah, and Malbec. We also brought another wine from a vineyard owner who we've done a lot of business with, Dick Bechtel, a Cab Merlot out of Finney Hill.
You had to import this then.
Yes, we had to import this. This is kind of a renegade. It's been very popular. And then we weren't supposed to open this, but we did anyway on request of the people here. It's 100% Malbec. And it's also a renegade from Dave Verey's vineyard outside of Yakima.
Well, I'm Martin Fugitian. I'm the winemaker at Fugitian Family Cellars. We're a small family winery based out of Caldwell, Idaho. We have about a 500 case production this first year. I started out in the wine industry in Idaho about 6 years ago, working for Greg Koenig as his tasting room manager, slowly worked into production, and now I work as his assistant winemaker and as the vineyard manager for Bittner Vineyards as well, and have had the good fortune over the last 2 years to start our own winery.
Now, where's the production facility?
The production facility is actually going to be located in Caldwell, Idaho, down in a small business incubator that they have right there in town. It's working in conjunction with the University of Idaho Business Incubator. They're going to develop a small winery incubator down there with 2 to 3 wineries the first 2 years, and ramp up to hopefully 5 or 6 small wineries sharing space down there.
Now, what's your case production and what are you making?
I'm making about 500 cases this first year. We're doing Merlot, which is a 2007 vintage, Viognier, which is a 2008 vintage, and a late harvest Chardonnay, which is a 2008 vintage. You know, Savor Idaho is going to be Idaho's first major industry-wide wine event for this year. Hopefully it's going to be the biggest one. It's an opportunity for folks to come out to a real nice central location here, a beautiful spot, the Idaho Botanical Garden, and come out and taste wines from all over the state all in one place, and really get Idaho some exposure, and hopefully work to, in the local market and the regional market to get us some, get our name on the map.
Well, I think this is just going to be a fantastic event for the Idaho wine industry. Kudos to our Idaho Wine Commission and to Moya for getting this thing going, and I think it really is a kickoff for the new wine industry of Idaho. I think we're going to the next level. We have over 30 wineries now here in Idaho, and I think that the momentum is just building, every year. Great wines being produced by, a great bunch of winemakers, and good fruit being produced in the vineyard. So I think what's going to happen is this is probably going to look back on this, and this is just going to be a kickoff for the, turbocharged Idaho wine industry.